Chapter 5. Neglect negative influences. Kusang no tyag. In the last chapter, we discussed how to remain submerged in Brahma, that is, to constantly remain in Akshardham. Bappa has bestowed his grace upon us and has granted us this gift. We may wonder, how has he done this? The fact that he has allowed us his sambandh, his divine love for us, and his presence in our lives is the most important factor. All we need to do now is to constantly remember Bappa, reminisce over his memories, and that in itself is Akshardham. The gift of Bappa's presence in our lives has cost us absolutely nothing. He compassionately bestowed it upon us gratis. He has redeemed us from jivbhav, our innermost self, the ego. Every day Bappa would say, "Today we have attained the ultimate redemption of the soul known as Atyantik Kalyan. We will not have to go through the process of reincarnation again." What did he mean by this? It means that nothing up to Prakriti Purush, that is, nothing in this world will appeal to us. Nothing will appear attractive, fascinating or tempting. The reason for this is that Bappa himself is beyond Prakriti Purush, i.e., he is not from this world, he is from Akshardham. He is the almighty Redeemer of our souls, and we have accepted him as the ultimate divine being. With his grace, we have also accepted that his devotees are divine as per Vachramut Gadra Pratham 14. Thus, our soul has attained the status of Brahma Swarup, and to free our soul from jivbhav, to destroy the ego, is in his hands. Bappa will cleanse our souls. He will purify our ego, all for nothing. All we now have to do is to remember him and remain happy and contented in the knowledge that we have attained the ultimate, God. It seems so simple, yet why aren't we able to do this? The reason is that our vision is very limited. We can only see up to Prakriti Purush, i.e., within the bounds of our world. Our vision is limited by our own spiritual status. Thus, what we see is only superficial. We see only the garments worn by the soul. We cannot see the soul itself. Just as we discard our old worn-out clothes, so the soul will discard the physical body, the indriyas and the antakaran. However, it will keep and carry forward its innermost self, its ego, otherwise known as karandeh. It is this karandeh that Bappa will dissolve. If it is not dissolved within one's lifetime, even as one takes the last breath, Bappa will free us from it. He will give the soul enough strength to remain submerged in him. This in itself is sufficient to purify the soul and to free it from the clutches of one's own ego. Thus, the mere fact that we have attained the association of someone as great as Bappa guarantees the redemption of our soul. It guarantees us a state of non-reincarnation. The physical body bears no importance whatsoever. If one bears this in mind and endeavors to remain submerged in him, then one would experience the peace, the bliss and happiness of Akshardham from this moment. Elements such as our race, caste, desires, intrinsic characteristics, nature, pride, jealousy, others' perception of us, our own physical body, and our individual biases will often lead us away from the Lord. The above-mentioned negative influences will cause us to forget the Lord. Thus, all we need to do is to constantly think positively, ponder on the glory and greatness of the Lord, remember him and remain happy and contented in the knowledge that we have attained the ultimate, God. Also, it is important to neglect all negative influences.